They had 3 Grade 1 stake races on
My father never meets a stranger. Anybody comes up, they talk to him. Somebody will say, "Well, who's your father's friend?" I'm like, "He's not really a friend. They met him a race ago."
I don't know that I've ever met anyone more memorable than Kenny Ramsey, just for his pure love of what he's doing.
Ken Ramsey does not fit into the likely perception one would have of a 78-year-old multi-millionaire businessman.
Neither one of us had really changed when we left Artemis.
Artemis, Kentucky in Knox County is where Ken met his wife, Sarah, better known to family and friends as Catherine. They've been business partners for all 55 years of their marriage.
We're together. It's a team. So she's been the sort of the anchor, and she's still the glue that holds the family together.
They made most of their fortune by getting in early on the cell phone industry.
So I read this article about cellular telephones in a magazine, and I thought, my gosh, that's a better mousetrap. I mean, just think, if you set out on your boat fishing on a lake or someplace, the wife could call you and tell you to bring home a bottle of milk, or you could trade on the stock market and all that. You're not tethered to a wire. So I said, this has got to work.
How it worked was the government used a lottery system to designate cell phone market distribution.
The money came from her, not from me, because she was the one that won the cellular telephone franchise down in Gainesville, Georgia. So I didn't win it. I'm just smart enough that I stayed married to her after she hit the jackpot.
And when they started out in thoroughbred racing, they had separate stables. Catherine had a successful mare named Kittens First.
Growing up, dating and all that, I called her Kitten. Matter of fact, I even bought her a little stuffed kitten one time, which got me a lot of brownie points.
The racing career of Kittens First came to an abrupt end with a broken hip.
We saved the filly for breeding purposes, and she lost a couple of them because the birth canal was restricted due to the broken hip. So we decided we'd do a cesarean. So Kitten's Joy was born by cesarean.
Kitten's Joy is the horse the Ramseys built their entire operation around.
I didn't particularly like the name. I thought it was kind of feminine for a colt. But nevertheless, she thought we'd have a lot of fun with it, so she insisted Kitten's Joy is it, and that's what we got. So we're not changing it now.
Kitten's Joy retired from racing as a turf champion, but other owners were not willing to pay to breed to the stallion. So the Ramseys purchased their own mares to match with Kitten's Joy, but not the kind of high-priced breeding stock that increases a stallion's likelihood of producing winners.
Everybody's saying, "Oh, that's suicide what you guys are doing," and technically it probably was.
We sort of bet the farm on it.
And it worked. The Ramseys homebreds were winning, which attracted owners now jumping at a chance to breed to Kitten's Joy.
Everything was on this horse. If he hadn't have made it, we probably wouldn't be here.
I don't think I would have lost the farm, but we wouldn't be riding high, wide, and handsome like we are.
Demand is high. Even at $100,000, we've still probably turned down 100 mares.
Kitten's Joy has a stud fee of $100,000 because he was the industry's leading sire last year.
I'm obsessed to be number one.
The Ramseys finished 2013 number one in earnings as both owners and breeders.
And then the magical day on August 17th, the magical day when he won 3 Grade 1 stakes in a single day in the space of 2 hours, all 3 winners sired by Kitten's Joy.
However, there is one more dream the Ramseys have yet to realize.
When I was 5 years old, my aunt took me to Louisville, Kentucky on a Christmas shopping trip, and I cried to go see Churchill Downs. So she told the taxi driver, "Look, hush crying, and I'll take you over there after we finish shopping." And she did. I'll never forget it. They let me out back there where the bank is on the corner now, and I saw the twin spires through the gate, and that satisfied me.
The Ramseys have had 4 horses run in the Derby so far, but the best finish was 8th.
To us Kentucky hillbillies, I guess we've been called, from southeastern Kentucky, the Kentucky Derby would be the pinnacle. That would be the crowning achievement.
He is a classic American success story, a classic Kentucky success story, with still plenty of room for that story to improve and grow.